Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WCS European Challenger. We're here at the Blizzard Arena, ready to hop into our winners match. My name is Fear Dragon, and I'm joined by Jeff In Control Robinson at the desk. But let's talk a bit about some of those other. You know, I really thought that we were going to do the.
He told you to say this first.
Yeah, you know. Okay, all right. Well, either way, we have some awesome events coming up. You guys should be sure to check them out. Lots of great StarCraft happening. We got Copa America. We got GSL. What's your favorite event, Jeff?
My favorite event?
Your favorite event?
I'm a big BlizzCon fan myself.
All right.
WCS.
That's also coming up.
Yeah. Well, everything, I guess, in some way or another. Montreal is going to be sick. Yeah. It's the last WCS stop. For some of these guys, it's make it or break. I mean, every year it's the same thing. It's if you can't get it done there, you're not going to BlizzCon, which is the premier tournament of the year. It's the WCS Championship. I'm looking forward. And Montreal's great, by the way. They got a great audience. It's a really nice venue. It's just a really nice place to go. I think I found Austin to be very similar that way, where you're like, the live audience just makes it nice.
Montreal last year was one of the most hype audiences I've seen in a while.
Yes, it was.
Very, very excited for that.
French people are very passionate. Even French Canadians.
Yeah.
You know? The Canadian part didn't suck it out of them.
All right. Well, of course, we do have our next match. As mentioned before, it is going to be Snute versus Elazer, that winners match. Winner of this moves on to the playoffs and is going to be playing in about 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
But the loser of this is going to have to face off in that decider match, which is never a super duper comfortable position to be in. It's kind of like do or die there.
I think, you know, the order of this got slightly weird. It's interesting that Namshir lost the first series, but only a little bit. He lost to Snute, and it's not like that's the biggest upset in the world at all. So it is going to be nice to see these two top players face off, and then you're going to be rewarded with a final nice ZvZ as well. And like you said, hopefully we'll see Stefano in that open bracket in Montreal because he's just so fun to watch. And hopefully he won't get all Zergs and, you know, show off his real strength.
All right, Snute versus Elazer. We're loading into Acid Plant. Of course.
What is Snute's picture there? That's not him.
Is that Cyril?
Is he a Cyril fanboy, I think? He might be.
Every European is a Cyril fanboy right
Snute
now.
Famously, and I don't know if this is super public, I think we did talk about this a little bit, but he actually kind of complained that Cyril is so good that it makes it hard to be motivated. But then in his own admission, he also talked about how the fact that he can get that good was motivating because it means that Snute could too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to be starting up here in the top left-hand corner of the map, top of the blue Zerg player. It is none other than Jens Snute Asgard.
Is that a body pillow of a person?
What? No.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is.
Kind of is, right?
Wait, is that a Purdue logo?
Sorry guys, off camera, once again in control, being so unprofessional. There's actually a like 5 foot tall body pillow of a person in the corner of the studio.
I think it has the logo of my university on it. Huh. Nope, that's Philadelphia Fusion.
So absolutely not. You went to Purdue, by the way?
I did.
The Boilermakers.
Yeah.
Who's the other player? It's Elazer! Do you know what his name means? It's laser.
It's the what is A, B, C, D, E? The 5th version of a laser.
Oh, ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Or like the E for electronic. It's like the electronic laser. Dang it, that's hard to say.
The electronic laser.
I sounded really dumb there. Well, you know what? I kind of always do, so it's fine. Production tab, boys and girls, exactly the same. No shenanigans coming out of these guys for right now. Snute is one of those players that gets a little bit more. I mean, he always is talked about as the super turtley, safe, defensive player. ZvZ, a lot less so, but you would never describe him as aggressive per se. It's just that he wants to get into the mid game, and then he wants the tunneling claws, and then he wants the lurker battles, and you know.
And he's not afraid to throw out some of that early aggression, as we saw in that first series versus Namshar, where he did go for the 13-12 to close it out.
Which is just a good ZvZ build, because it's one of those things where you don't even have to have the best execution in the world. You can just catch a build, and if they're just a couple drones greedy, it's like a free win.
All right, but there we go. We got a very fast evolution chamber. We are seeing Snute skip Zergling speed, and this is going to be going to that Carapace upgrade that oftentimes can lead to a lot of heavy early aggression.
Yeah.
Just utilizing the fact that those Lings are not going to die to Banelings in just one connection or one hit. And also even the Roaches just survive a lot longer versus those Lings.
Even the drones. Nobody ever talks about that, but the drones get the Carapace as well.
That'd be so sick. You go for a +1 Carapace and then you do a drone pull.
I don't think it would be so sick. I think it's sick in theory, but then in execution we're like, well...
That's one of those mind game builds.
This is Naniwa circa 2012 or whatever it was when he pulled it.
You know, no one would have criticized him if he had gotten +1 armor.
Yeah. Well, that'd be quite the build, right?
It's
the probes are showing up. There is 24 of them, and they have the +1 shields.
He avoided all the overlords, so now it is just a worker-on-worker battle, and he has the advantage. Yeah. There you go.
But the opponent has 3 oracles, so I guess it just kind of ends. Some Ling's gonna chase back here. Now they have speed. I'll be kind of curious to see if Elazer, because he's one of those Zergs that is very active with the Lings. For right now, having speed versus no is
this is a little scary. Okay, well now
scary.
I mean, very scary.
This is Michael Myers scary.
Snute, you cannot throw down the Roach Horn there right now. This is not the time for that.
Probably never. Not in this game anyway.
All right, those queens are both gonna get picked. Oh,
well, 2 of them did. Oh, 2 of them did. You're right. 2 of 3.
Okay. Well, okay, he's going to go after the 3rd right now. I guess he just really wants to play it out safe because he has been droning a little bit behind this, so he doesn't have the reinforcing wave. I guess I can dig that. It's kind of like going for some of that guaranteed damage and just saying, you know what, the advantage I have is Zergling speed, so if we just continue fighting, I'm not really taking full advantage of it.
And now the lack of speed has got to be getting weird, by the way, right? Like he's, okay, no, there is speed, but it was just so much more delayed. Now, Carapace does finish, so if he's going to see the extra durability of these Lings, now's the time to see it. Now, what's kind of funny is behind this, Elazer's going for +1 melee, by the way, so it's a little bit more of a committal, because like you said, Carapace is everything. But at least in the Ling stage, if melee can finish, that is better for the Banelings and Lings, I think. Actually, I don't know that. I'm going to pull it back.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Is it better, though?
It is for the Lings and the... I mean, because the Banelings will beat the Carapace upgrade, so you'll still end up one-shotting the Lings. And even if you got like a +2 Carapace upgrade, I'm pretty sure +1 melee overcomes it.
I once again really appreciate your bravery in casting, where you're like, no, it is better. And then I can hear in your answer, I'm like, you don't know that, but you're going to say it, and I like that. No, I'm a coward. I'm a commentator coward. I'm like, I don't know.
Positive.
All right.
Well, either way, Elazer has a lot here. This is a lot. There are some roaches starting to pop out, but they're getting segmented off individually. They're getting fully surrounded here.
Yeah.
And the Banelings haven't even been utilized yet.
Not really. They're making their way to that drone line. Okay, good pull, though.
Yeah, good split.
Is it dough? Well, it was a good pull, not a good separate.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, that was about as good of a split as he was going to ask for in that situation, but this is kind of that point where Snute, down already in workers, still going to be sitting behind in that +1 melee upgrade finishing up, does mean that he is just going to be gradually losing everything here.
You know what? It looks like that +1 melee upgrade is better, Rubby. I think you were right. I think you were right.
I think so, too.
This is Snute with the heart of a lion as well. He's like, you know what, if I can just micro out this neuron. Okay, no. GG, well played. And that's going to be at a quick one here as Elazer takes the first game. And it's best of 3.
Yeah, kind of an interesting play there from Snute. Like, we've seen the Carapace upgrade. Huh? Kind of interesting. It's like a little bit interesting.
Amp it up. Lazy narrative.
Okay.
Tell me.
You know, it's a really fascinating play there. Really, really fascinating.
One of the most fascinating I've ever seen.
One of the most fascinating ever.
Yeah.
But in that, we see the fast +1 Carapace upgrade, which he then also is delaying Zergling's speed. And against like a very, very standard, typical kind of build there from Elazer, where he's going for his 3rd base, he's getting up, you know, hatch gas pool and everything. There's nothing actually out of the ordinary there, but Elazer just realizing, okay, you don't have Zergling speed, and I made like this standard number of Zerglings to pressure you.
Standard?
That, I mean, like,
was it though?
The beginning of that was only maybe like 10 Lings.
Oh, you're saying the rest were reactionary?
I think that the rest were him identifying you still don't have Zergling speed. And
maybe.
I'm not gonna.
Remember that second wave showed up pretty quick.
This is that part where I'm not gonna commit and say this is exactly what happened. But I think that they were reactionary.
It could be.
Because we saw that he had those early Lings, and you remember he kind of danced around. He was engaging, and then he said, actually, I'm just gonna go over to the 3rd base instead. And he went to cancel that. And I think he was doing that because he said he didn't have any reinforcements coming forward. And if he had reinforcements coming forward, I think he just kills Snute right there But since he didn't, he says, I'm going to go for the third. It's like the guaranteed damage. I'm going to like buy a little bit of time, and then the reinforced and reactionary links come out.
I feel like I just read Dubliners or something like that. It was a very long explanation.
Well, you know, we had a decent amount of time to kill until the
We did, and you killed all of it, so that's actually really good. I did a terrible job of that. The poor producer's like, he's talking about cockroaches. No more.
You know,
but
it's funny
it is ZvZ, so we got to talk about cockroaches.
Yeah, it kind of comes with the territory.
Literally.
All right. Well, let's get things started. We're going to be starting up here in the top right-hand corner of the map, top of the blue Zerg player. He is Team Liquid Snute.
Or E-Wolf's Team Liquid Snute. I don't even know at this point.
Or is it Team Liquid's E-Wolf's Snute?
Exactly. What is it?
Think
And his opponent from Poland, it's Lambo's big brother and father, Elazer.
That's a fascinating family tree.
They intermingle. Trees. You ever seen, you know, this happens. Nursery trees, are you familiar with this concept?
No.
Trees growing on top of trees? You've never heard of that?
No.
Ravi, I've got so much of a world to open up for you.
I'm not much of the botanist.
Is botany covered? Does that cover trees? I know that's plants.
You know, I'm so not a botanist
Neither
that I
am
don't
I.
actually know if it covers.
You could have sold me on it. I don't know. I don't think botany covers trees. What would a tree person be called, though? An artosis, I guess, right?
A druid?
A druid, yes. Thank you. That's actually what they're called, yes. I believe the scientific term is druid.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Okay.
Wait,
this
what?
is really interesting.
Oh, because he has the pocket base, so he's super sneaking that in.
So this is incredibly sneaky because yes, the overlords technically can scout that pocket base, but you look at how Snute is sending his first overlord. You're going to check the low ground expansion, which is a lot more common to see where that natural is going to be. So it's going to be a while before Snute realizes, okay, this isn't a one base play, but not only that, the third base is going to go undercover for a really long time.
It's before spawning pool 2. Holy Toledo. And what I like about this so much is it may not work out, by the way. Maybe Snute just absolutely does a timing attack and just kills his face. I don't think it's that much, though. He's only got 2 drones in the guess. Anyways, we'll see it in a second.
He is going for one of the earlier Baneling nests. I think this really could ramp up into a lot of aggression.
It could, or it could not, or it could.
It could be a short game, it could be a long game.
My point, though, is I like the misinformation the third hatch does, because right now, Snute is absolutely certain it's a 2-base play. He sees where a hatch should be, there is not, and then he thinks, okay, well, you of course have the pocket base, but then when 33 more production starts showing up, excuse me, it's going to really throw Snute off.
I'm just waiting for Snute to accidentally go over to that third base to morph in Banelings or something, to hide them.
And we're like, that's why you can't have creative play in ZvZ.
All right, well, Lings are going to be moving over
a lot of
here.
Lings.
Yeah, he's got more Lings on the way and Banelings on the way. And guess what? Elazer is going to spot some of the Lings, but he hasn't. Okay, now this is going to be the big reveal here. Is all of these Lings right here. And now Elazer should know he's in trouble. Oh god, there's Lings rallying in from the north side. Is that enough?
Maybe they're out on the map or something.
Yeah, if there was a normally timed pool, maybe it was okay, but one of these Banelings has already gone down. That is kind of interesting.
It's kind of interesting.
No,
I called you brave earlier, and now you're saying that's kind of interesting. It's like, well, don't sell me on it too much, sir.
I love this Spinecrawler positioning. The problem is the Queen is only going to last for so long, and now the Banelings are in the mineral line. Drones are going down. A brave play from Elazer.
Zerg versus Zerg. Zerg versus Zerg. What a game. It's like literally a 6-minute series. And this is what it was like.
Well, hold on.
Well, hang on now.
No, if Snute wins this, it's going to be 1-1. So
yeah, right.
6-minute series. It'd be longer.
Oh, crap. Snute's the loser.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You're right. Did he, though? He's still making links.
It's 28 workers to 14.
Yeah, I guess I can't.
Look at the supply.
And Snute's going to accidentally scout and be like, oh, okay. Well, that's why I'm winning. So bad.
And now the counterattack that evens up the game. Because Snute's going to be like, I don't need more units.
Oh, he's droning behind his Elazer.
Okay, there's not that much here, Jeff.
There is only the 2 Banelings.
Jeff, I'm worried.
Do it, Elazer.
Jeff, I'm really worried right now.
I don't need more of this. Get us to America.
Oh my god, I can't even. I can't even.
Yeah,
keep my
it's
mouse
actually
smooth right
really
now.
bad.
Oh my god.
It's really
That
bad.
just happened. That actually just happened.
Well, hey, proxy hatches are pretty good, man.
I guess he didn't see how many lings were actually made there for Elazer and how many the excess of defense.
Oh, okay. You said excessive defense, but I heard axis of defense, and I was like, is that a strat? Is it a Axis and Allies reference, the board game? If you haven't played Axis and Allies, play that. It's a great game. Have you ever played that?
You're not allowed to talk about other strategy games on the broadcast.
It's a board game. They're not competing. I bet you a lot of people at Blizzard. In fact, fun fact for people that don't know this about Blizzard, they have a huge, amazing library of board games at Blizzard that Blizzard employees can go rent and pick up and play. Yeah, it's really incredible.
That sounds like a lot of fun during like lunch breaks.
They have an amazing campus there. If you work at Blizzard, you are living the high life.
Jeff, I think this is actually like an evened up game.
Oh, I hope so. I want more of it. Please.
All right. In base, third base has been taken for Snute. It's finally finished up at this point. They're on nearly even worker supply. We're going to see small little counterattacks over here from Elazer looking to try and get some drone damage done, but
it's been like a Facebook video of two people at a McDonald's fighting, you know, like 3 a.m. in the morning. It's like, you don't have any drones? And then it shows up, here comes the banelings.
That is not as much damage as he really wanted to get.
Almost killed the queen, almost killed a couple of drones. Actually did kill
Oh,
no.
he gets it.
The lings ran away, and then on screen he's like, you know, that queen's about 2 touches away from dying. Swings back around. But the queen animation was so funny. She's like, I love it too, because Zerg players are so nonchalant about it. Like, he doesn't even throw the queen into safety. He's just like, no, you hang out at the front of the base. Oh, that was fun.
All right, well.
And they are dead even, like, in every way. Worker advantage slightly in favor of Snute.
There's also going to be that upgrade that is going to be about halfway finished up right now for Elazer. They're taking trades in the center of the map, but once that upgrade finishes up, what are you laughing about?
Look at this battle. They're just banelings just trying to get, like, come on.
Jeff, I mean, when you saw the groups release, what were you thinking was going to happen today?
That's it, man.
I
didn't know what Clown Fiesta meant, and today I now do. I know what it means.
Oh, God. I mean, as much as we joke, there is actually a lot of, like, really...
There's even more links. Wouldn't you know it?
Oh, my God. I apologize for the jittery camera, guys.
Snute's like, surprise, I'm still making lings. And Elazer's going to make some lings behind this. Just trail of banelings.
All right, ling-on-ling action over in the center of the map, closer to the Elazer side of the base, or the map. We do have finally some of those banelings coming forward, but it's after Elazer has lost the majority of his lings. He's not really going to be able to continue too much of that defense over here, but Snute might be able to pick off a queen here. Banelings, nope, they're not.
Ooh. Yeah.
But throughout all of this, as much as Elazer has been able to even up those worker counts here and there, it seems like Snute is consistently able, he always just manages to find little opportunities and gets ahead by 10 or so drones every so often.
Or 20 in this case. Holy
oh my God.
cow.
Okay, well 7 are about to finish up there for Elazer, so hopefully not that bad.
Yeah. There's the banelings behind this. So
I love the wall off now.
Now we're safe. Snute's like, no more. I'm done with the ling part of this game. And Elazer has to respect that. There's no way. Yeah, okay, on the production tab, he's starting to drone up himself as well.
You know, Elazer respects this. I don't think True would.
No.
True would be like
challenge accepted.
Yeah.
My queen's already walking across the map anyways. What else am I going to do?
All right, banelings come out, and Elazer's finally just going to back off and say, nope, not worth it anymore. Going to try and get some of that drone saturation over his fourth base, I guess.
Yeah. That is the advantage that Elazer's trying to leverage here. He's got more hatcheries, and already with the 4th base up. Snute does drop the 4th hatch himself as well, but it's way, way behind. Ooh,
yeah,
the lurker den.
He does have a much faster lurker den. He has more workers to work with. Baneling's going to be running into that mineral line. Oh! Getting a bit more of that worker advantage.
Just a bit, though. Yes, 4.
Actually, Elazer's still making 10 more workers. So he's going to 73, 74.
Yeah, 63 plus 10 is 73. that sink in for a minute.
I mean, you're the number cruncher. I just trust you. I don't even have to think about it.
You have to. I crunch numbers so much that to me, it's a second nature. You can count on it, Robbie.
I should get you a cape to be the true number cruncher.
Only if it's like a strangely undersized one that makes me look comically larger than I am.
Yeah.
Those are the best kind of capes. Like a bib, more of a bib, if anything. Now, Elazer is going to get into that aggression cycle here of roaches and ravagers. I'm seeing still some lings. I'm trying to determine if that's leftover. A lot of times they'll be like, you know, I got these lings. Let's just make
I think
a
they're
dozen
leftover
banelings
from earlier.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, but I'm a little bit more concerned just because that Lurker Den is about to finish up, and Elazer is still just on purely those roaches and a handful of the ravagers. And eventually, this really starts to see problems.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a Hydra Den coming up either.
Yeah, it's going to be that Stefano issue, right? Where it's like you can have an army advantage, but there are some of these tech paths that in the ZvZ matchup do make up the difference. Just every time you fight lurkers, they do so much damage. Now, the army supply of Snute is ahead even of Elazer, and he's going to have the tech advantage as well. So if anything's going to get done for Elazer, it's right now with these Ravagers, but that's about it. It's just the and he's only got the 4.
He's still also trying to rally his units forward, so they're not all here. He takes some trades. Crystal Vials maybe getting something done, but not enough.
Well, still no lurkers yet, though, and this would be it. The Ravagers are a pretty big advantage. You have to pull back, you're taking damage, but I love this counterattack from Elazer.
But the roaches just popping out at the perfect moment.
I don't love it anymore.
Yeah. Although this is not too bad of a concave here for Elazer, but Snute just has so many roaches. I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Every time. These guys pull back in the last second. Now targeting down the Ravagers that are a little bit too close to that line. And they almost all die.
All going down at this point, and that was one of the biggest advantages there for Elazer, is having those Ravagers to get that extra damage done. But now he's getting pushed back, and there's not the follow-up. We were talking about this. The follow-up tech is not really going to be there. Oh my god, Snute actually going to come in with a concave now.
Yeah. Try to pin him back here. Both players not working with that much of a bank, but again, if you look at the supplies, for right now it is in favor of Snute.
Oh, God.
The fact that he's got these guys corralled, though, means that more damage is going to be incurred, and that's a pretty big deal. But there's the flank. Trying to get on top of the Ravagers. He does miss out on the Corrosive Vials. Nicely done. And on top of the Ravagers here, good trade so far for Elazer. He's down a supply, but this is not bad.
Yeah, and I think that Snute maybe overcommitting a little bit here. Corrosive Vials do land on top of Elazer's army, but Snute,
the hunter becomes the hunted. We've heard it before.
Elazer up in supply now, and the lurkers never came out. He never met any Hydras. I mean, even if he tried to make them now, it's probably too late.
Is it though? Yeah, it would have been. And now here we go. He's going to push into this, but Snute has had time to muscle up. He is taking some Corrosive Vials in the teeth. Both players clobbering each other as this McDonald's drunken 3 a.m. fight continues. Now at the tier 1.5, and Snute's going to press forward and try to capitalize on this. But Elazer is just face rolling that R key across his keyboard. But it's just not enough for right now. Both players have pulled back. Equalition drones, equalition army. And Ravi, it looks like we're in for more of this.
Yeah, both these players just making
another Ravager dies.
All right, Snute, I think I'm a little worried that he's going to do the same thing that he did before, where he gets really aggressive and then he ends up overcommitting a little bit.
Yeah, it could happen. Or he could undercommit. There's a queen. Look how enthusiastic she is. Out in the field healing. Does pay for it with her life. A little bit of an F2 key, I think, maybe. Is this a lot of F2 key?
Oh, going after her Overlord with those 2 queens.
Yeah, it's a little late for that, right?
Maybe a little late in the game for it.
You ever think about when you walk into your own Corrosive Vial what that looks like? You ever seen someone hawk a loogie, but it just sprays all over their face?
Yeah.
I played a lot of baseball as a kid, so I've seen it. That's what I feel like. And then you just like walk into it yourself, and you're like, I feel pretty dumb right now. It is going to be Tunneling Claws. If you don't have a Lurker Den, that's kind of the route you go. And to your point, there's just been so much aggression that there's just been no time for Lurkers to show up. Both players maxed out. Army supply very dead even. Upgrades slightly in favor of Snute. Actually, it's a whole upgrade advantage, which is significant.
+2 Carapace going to allow his roaches to survive just a tad bit longer. Going after the queens. Now he's on top of the actual mineral line, but at the same time, Elazer has his own counterattack going on.
He does. And he's all over the place, killing stuff back and forth. Both players have lost almost 30 drones. Snoot's going to need to recall these Roaches and Ravagers right now or he stands no chance.
Ooh, he's making a couple of Hydras. If he can get the... Where are those Hydras actually being made right now? That's actually really important. He's making them all over inside the in-base natural. So if he can get those out and have those lurkers out in this kind of base trade situation, that's really good for him.
Snoot down in supply. He's trying to go up a ramp, but it's such a tough task when it's clogged up with your opponent's stuff. Both players are just going at it right now, rolling around in the mud, doing battle, and now it's a Elazer with a slight supply advantage, but that's mostly in drones.
He's gonna end up, I think, losing this fight over here. And
He could tunnel. There's no detection.
Oh, some of the reinforcements here. Okay.
Go beneath the earth.
Elazer, he's burrowing some of those roaches. He's also been able to take care of almost all of the... Actually, he took care of all the Hydras that popped out. There's still 4 on the map somewhere. Did the Lurker didn't die? He didn't kill the Lurker.
Did it, though?
It didn't.
No.
He can make a few Lurkers if he can just get the mining for it.
There's a battle over in the main over here as we once again have both players clobbering each other, and now Snute down in army supply. But the army's just out on the map. That spine crawler, remember me, it says? Well, it's gone. But here's more Roaches trying to get a concave. Only the 3 Ravagers behind this. Can Elazer weather the storm?
He has more Roaches popping out, but the drones are now finally going to be attacked here. Elazer only has 24 to work with. Snute not in too much better of a position here, but if Snute can just do a little bit more damage, he can also cut down
the Ravagers. They're right there. Oh, they do pop it. They build so fast.
That's a full heal also there for a lot of Elazer's units. He's coming in with some of the reinforcements. They're trying to call up that ramp, dodging out of corrosive vials. The Ravagers for Elazer getting target fire down by Snoot's Roaches. It's such a close fight, but in the end, Elazer is going to prevail with his army.
Yep, Elazer up in workers by 10, up in army by a lot. Snute got this game down and dirty, but it's Elazer with the slightly better ideas, I think. The counterattack was really strong. The all-out aggression, never allowing for lurkers to show up, ended up being a little bit of dead weight for Snute, right? Like all those Hydras that came out that never became lurkers, and then the lurker den itself. And now it's Snute who's going to try to hold on, but he's not mining gas, Ravi, by the way. So he actually is just done making anything except for Lings after this.
He's got 1 Hydra, and 1 Hydra in a dream is not going to be enough. GG, Elazer takes the second game, closes out the series.
It was a nice ZvZ.
That was a really, really cool ZvZ. It
was.
Game number 2. And by the way, that was actually, these 2 players were tied at 19 and 19 in series score between each other, because they've played each other a ton over the years. They haven't actually played a single time in 2018, but now Elazer takes the lead.
Well, in 2018, then Elazer's up 1-0 on Snute. So he will advance to the playoffs that we'll be seeing on the weekend of August 25th, I believe it is, because we have a whole nother weekend of awesome competition next weekend. But that does set up Mr. Snute here doing battle with Namshur, a repeat of the first game today.
A little familiar there.
And do you know the tradition of this?
I believe that the person who loses the first time ends up winning the second time. Is that a prediction?
That is the prediction. I think Namshur's going to beat Snute here.
All right, well, we're going to find out in just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere for more WCS action.